Picture this. You're strolling through the grocery store, shopping list in hand, determined to stick to your budget. You've meticulously planned your meals for the week, and you're confident that this time you'll avoid any unnecessary purchases. You navigate past the tempting displays of chips and dip, successfully resisting their siren call. You remind yourself of your goals and the healthier snacks you have at home. You reach the checkout line feeling proud of your willpower. You've managed to stick to your list, and your cart is filled with only the essentials. And then you see it, a colourful array of candy bars, strategically placed at eye level. The bright packaging and familiar brands catch your eye, and suddenly your resolve begins to waver. Suddenly that chocolate bar you swore you didn't need seems utterly irresistible. You can almost taste the rich, creamy chocolate melting in your mouth. Before you know it, it's nestled among your groceries, a testament to the powerful allure of the impulse buy. We've all been there. It's a small indulgence, but it adds up over time. Whether it's a candy bar at the checkout, a trendy pair of shoes we spot while window shopping, or an online flash sale that seems too good to miss, impulse purchases are a common part of the shopping experience. These moments of weakness can strike anywhere, anytime. They're those unplanned, often unnecessary purchases that we make in the heat of the moment, driven by a complex interplay of psychological factors, marketing tactics, and our own emotional state. Sometimes it's the thrill of a good deal, other times it's a way to cope with stress or boredom. But why are we so susceptible to these spontaneous spending sprees? What is it about these moments that make us throw caution to the wind and indulge in these unplanned purchases? What drives us to deviate from our carefully crafted budgets and make purchases we hadn't planned for? Is it simply a lack of self-control, or is there something deeper at play? And most importantly, how can we regain control of our spending habits and make more mindful choices that align with our financial goals? How can we train ourselves to recognize these impulses and resist them? In the following sections, we'll delve into the psychology behind impulse purchases, exploring the scientific reasons behind this common behavior. We'll look at how our brains are wired to respond to certain stimuli and how marketers exploit these tendencies. We'll uncover the marketing tactics that retailers use to trigger our spending impulses and equip you with practical strategies to resist those tempting offers. From understanding the layout of stores to recognizing the emotional triggers that lead to impulse buys, we'll cover it all. By understanding the forces at play, we can learn to make more conscious spending decisions and ultimately cultivate a healthier relationship with our finances. With the right knowledge and tools, we can transform our shopping habits and make choices that truly benefit us in the long run. Impulse purchases might seem like random acts of spontaneity, but they're often rooted in deeply ingrained psychological processes. These seemingly whimsical decisions are actually influenced by a complex interplay of our brain's chemistry, emotions, and external stimuli. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, and impulse buying can trigger a surge of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward and pleasure. This chemical reaction is similar to what happens when we experience other pleasurable activities, like eating our favorite food or receiving a compliment. When we make an impulse purchase, our brains receive a hit of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and making it more likely that we'll repeat it in the future. This creates a cycle where the anticipation of the reward becomes just as enticing as the reward itself.
Moreover, our emotions play a significant role in driving impulse purchases. Emotional states like stress, anxiety, or even boredom can make us more susceptible to making unplanned purchases. When we're feeling stressed, anxious, or simply down, we might turn to retail therapy as a way to self-soothe and boost our mood. The act of buying something new can provide a temporary sense of relief and happiness, even if it's short-lived. That pair of shoes or that new gadget might seem like the perfect antidote to a bad day, offering a temporary escape from negative emotions. However, this can lead to a cycle of emotional spending, where we continually seek out new purchases to manage our feelings.
Another factor contributing to impulse purchases is the fear of missing out, or FOMO. This fear can be exacerbated by the constant stream of information and images we see on social media and other platforms. In today's hyper-connected world, we're constantly bombarded with images of people enjoying new experiences, buying the latest products, and living their best lives. This can create a sense of inadequacy or a feeling that we're being left behind. Seeing others indulge in new purchases and experiences can make us feel like we need to do the same to keep up or to feel included. This social pressure can drive us to make impulse purchases that we might not have considered otherwise. This constant exposure can create a sense of urgency and scarcity, making us feel like we need to jump on the bandwagon and make that purchase before it's too late. Limited time offers and flash sales are designed to capitalize on this fear, pushing us to act quickly. Furthermore, our cognitive biases can also influence our spending habits. These biases can distort our perception of value and lead us to make decisions that aren't always in our best interest. For example, anchoring bias refers to our tendency to rely heavily on the first piece of information we receive, even if it's not relevant or accurate. This is why retailers often use anchor prices, artificially inflated prices that make the sale price seem like a steal. This is why retailers often use anchor prices, artificially inflated prices that make the sale price seem like a steal. By presenting a high initial price, the discounted price appears more attractive, even if the actual value hasn't changed. Similarly, the framing effect highlights how the way information is presented can influence our choices. A product advertised as 50% off seems more appealing than one simply listed at its sale price, even if the final cost is the same. Retailers use these psychological tactics to nudge us towards making purchases, often without us even realizing it. Understanding these influences can help us make more mindful decisions and resist the urge to buy on impulse. Retailers are masters at understanding and leveraging our psychological tendencies to encourage impulse purchases. They have spent years studying consumer behavior, identifying patterns and fine-tuning their strategies to maximize sales. They employ a range of sophisticated marketing tactics designed to tap into our emotions, exploit our cognitive biases, and ultimately drive sales. These tactics are not just random, they are carefully crafted and tested to ensure they hit the right emotional triggers.
One common strategy is creating a sense of urgency and scarcity. This is a powerful psychological trigger that can make us act irrationally. Limited time offers, flash sales, and countdown timers all create a sense of pressure, making us feel like we need to act quickly before we miss out on a great deal. This sense of urgency can override our usual decision-making processes, making us feel like we need to act quickly before we miss out on a great deal. This tactic is particularly effective during holiday seasons or special events when shoppers are already in a buying mindset. This tactic plays on our fear of missing out, urging us to make a purchase we might not have otherwise considered. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a strong motivator that can lead to impulsive buying decisions.
Another effective tactic is strategic product placement. Retailers know that the checkout area is a prime spot for impulse buys. Retailers carefully position items near checkout lines, where we're more likely to make impulse purchases while waiting to pay. These items are often small, inexpensive, and easy to grab, making them perfect for last-minute additions to our shopping carts. They also use eye-catching displays, bright colors, and enticing aromas to capture our attention and draw us in. These sensory cues can create a pleasant shopping experience, making us more likely to spend time and money in the store.
Moreover, retailers often use social influence to encourage impulse buying. Seeing others engage with a product can make us more likely to do the same. Customer reviews, testimonials, and social media marketing all contribute to creating a sense of social proof, making us more likely to purchase something if we see that others have had positive experiences with it. This is especially true for products that are popular or trending, making us more likely to purchase something if we see that others have had positive experiences with it. Social proof can be a powerful motivator, especially when combined with other marketing tactics. Finally, retailers are increasingly leveraging technology to personalize their marketing efforts and target consumers with highly specific offers. Personalization can make marketing messages feel more relevant and compelling. By tracking our online browsing history, purchase history, and social media activity, retailers can tailor their advertisements and promotions to our individual preferences and shopping habits, making it even more tempting to click add to cart. This level of personalization can make us feel understood and valued as customers, making it even more tempting to click add to cart. In the end, all these tactics work together to create a shopping environment that encourages us to spend more than we initially planned. While retailers are adept at encouraging impulse purchases, there are practical strategies we can employ to regain control of our spending habits and make more mindful choices. By implementing these tips, we can resist those tempting offers and keep our budgets on track.
One of the most effective ways to curb impulse purchases is to create a shopping list and stick to it. Before heading to the store or browsing online, take some time to plan your purchases and determine what you truly need. This will help you stay focused and avoid making unnecessary purchases. Another helpful tip is to avoid shopping when you're feeling emotionally vulnerable. If you're stressed, anxious, or feeling down, it's best to postpone shopping trips or browsing online stores. Our emotional state can significantly influence our spending decisions, making us more susceptible to impulse buys.
When you do find yourself tempted by an unplanned purchase, take a moment to pause and ask yourself some key questions. Do I really need this? Will it add value to my life? Can I afford it without derailing my financial goals? Taking a few moments to reflect on your motivations can help you make a more rational decision.